Just pretend you all are kitties. She was born under a good sign, but half the letters were worn away. So her parents took a photo of it, and she still keeps it to this very day. She says that it reminds her of how rooted things don't always stay. So she takes her hits and she bites her lips, and she concedes it was meant to be this way. Her name is Kathleen Keating, and even when she's seething, she never lets her pushes come to shove. I see Kathleen Keating passionately breathing. You know, all she ever wanted was to be loved. Oh, 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 oh. She says all the words are wrong. We need a different shade and a different font, and though her fingers can't quite reach it, the notion still perpetually haunts her. Practicing her speeches, it's always the jokes she feels she can flaunt, but they only last long enough to get what they want. Her name is Kathleen Keating, and even when she's seething, she never lets her pushes come to shoves. I see Kathleen Keating passionately breathing. You know, all she ever wanted was to be loved. Ask me for the answers, so all I do is try to love, trying hard not to scare her. I lovingly push, and it comes out a shove, even though all she wanted is exactly what she's running from. If it can't be me, I hope that she believes that in due time that love will come to Kathleen Keating, who even when she's seething, she never lets her pushes come to shoves. I see Kathleen Keating passionately breathing. You know, all she ever wanted was to be loved.
I'm Jeremy Pagan.
Dean Haakenson.
Haakenson,
it's Norwegian.
And it's really not important to know my name. I just do the harmonica and shaker. But it's Glen Mellander if you are interested at all. So, and I don't wet my bed. I don't. I swear.
All right, now tell me about this story. How did you come up with the name for this band?
It's a simple story, really. That's actually how you pronounce the symbol that Prince had his name of his band when he changed it to the symbol. That's how you actually pronounce it. I figured it out. It's Da Vinci Code sort of Bible stuff. It's with the symbol, you know, and that's to Jim. There you go.
And you figured this out and slipped this past the editors of Rolling Stone, and you're breaking news right here on Roseville Rocks.
Yeah. I mean, that's really the secret, and the key to the Da Vinci Code is that name of Prince.
Love you, Prince.
Prince, our initial guest here on Roseville Rocks, early in the years of 1976, when we were first breaking ground in the studio, actually. Prince was the first artist who would appear on our show. Now tell me, how did you guys come together?
I have a friend. His name's Sean. He's a Roseville native, Sean Kilcoyne, and he actually wasn't born here, but he lived here for a long time. I think that still makes him a Roseville native. Anyway, he lived with these two guys in downtown Sacramento, and of course, going over to visit him one day, I met these guys, and we've had a friendship ever since. And that was just maybe 2 years, something like that. Maybe 2 years. Yeah, and then I was in a band called the Double Hughes Collective that played around downtown Sacramento with Jeremy here. and it was a great band. It was a lot of fun, and we've since disbanded. But me and Jeremy still play around like good old buddies should. And Glen, he's done choir for his whole entire life.
I don't know if that's evident at all.
Got a beautiful voice. He's got a beautiful voice, and he lives there, so he's always around. And then so we just got together, and I asked him to come and do this thing here, and maybe we'll go on and do more or something, play some shows. I don't know, play some shows.
Influence. That's a hard question, because that's really, my influences have nothing to do with this band, because this is just a fun folky band. But my influences are 80s metal and stuff. As you can see by the guitar, it's pointy. I remember playing guitar with my 4th grade teacher once. Nah, just kidding.
Lots of influences, but I really don't feel as though any, the influences have influenced me. what I may call influences have had anything to do with the songs. The songs just kind of come sometimes, actually. But
Can we expect to hear any covers of Straight Outta Compton or 9mm?
no, but I have a song that's kind of rappy, and it's called the $1,000 Grape Drive-By. So it's gang related with grapes. It's great.
Awesome.
Bullets, though, yeah, because violence is no good. Violence is no good. Throwing food is okay.
Throwing food is okay as long as it's not malicious in intent?
No, that's okay too.
Oh, malicious food throwing is okay.
It doesn't hurt, and it's like you gotta let somebody know you're angry one way or another.
You ever get lemon meringue in your pie? That can be pretty, in your eye, I'm serious, that can be pretty malicious.
I can imagine, yeah, that hurts, If you're gonna throw some food at somebody, you should be there with cleansing things
and non-citrus
in water, to give them, clean them off and help them if they're hurt. Drive them to the hospital.
Say load up a super soaker and shoot him in the eye?
With what?
Well, hopefully with water.
Yeah, well, that's a little malicious. If it's right point blank, no, that's a little bad. But maybe from far away where they have an opportunity to avoid it, or the stream probably won't hit their eye, because who's that good of an aim, Could on accident, but accidents happen all the time. Come on, Art, accidents happen all the time.
Happen.
We came because he asked us. Pretty much, just like he said, we're his friends, and so we're playing for him whenever he needs some support. And he just likes to spread, music and goodness and love around. He's kind of a hippie, so that pretty much comes across in everything he does. He smells a little, but the music is solid.
Now enough of this happy stuff. What sort of songs do you want to play that Dean here just doesn't approve of? Dean does not want to hear in his set list.
I think you hit the nail on the head with the Straight Outta Compton. He's afraid. He's afraid to do it. And
the first ever on-air burp here at Roseville Rocks.
Yeah.
At least he's comfortable.
Awesome. Yes, Roseville Rocks brings out the best in local artists.
I guess.
Now, in response to him, what do you have to tell him about the songs that he wants to play, but you say no to? What do you have to say to him? I mean, confrontation is ratings here at Roseville Rocks.
I'd play anything with Jeremy. The thing is, I feel as though I'm...
Dodgeball?
I'd play dodgeball, totally. Sports, love playing sports. I'm not a fan of professional sports, and I don't want anybody to condemn me for that, but I love playing sports. I just don't like professional sports, watching them. I don't know. I figure if you're going to watch it, you might as well go play it. But that was a digression. I don't feel as though I'm proficient enough on the guitar to play. You give me a genre and I can play it. I don't feel I can do that. It's kind of like I write songs and they come. But I think mostly my talents lie in singing and lyrics. So I'll give Jeremy everything I have in that area, So I will. Will you marry me? Musically?
I do.
'Cause I'm all out of wine. I hope this will last for the longest time. Now we're bonded and now we're together, flying over our ocean like two birds of a feather. I guess what I needed was a second chance, and if fate would call this happenstance, then thank the Lord for random things, giving me someone to mend my wings, and all glory that His love brings. My soul sings, my spirit sings. I know this will last for the longest time.